Hello PTE warriors, welcome back to our channel. Now you imagine this. You are staring at an image on your screen. Your brain is racing, your heart's pounding, and in just few seconds, the mic opens and it's your time to shine. It sounds intense, right? But don't worry, I've got your back. Today, I'm going to break down the PTE course speaking, describe an image task. So by the end of this video, you will feel like a pro. Let's dive in. All right, let me tell you how the task works. You will see an image on your screen and you will have 25 seconds to prepare. So when you hear the tone, the mic goes live and you have 40 seconds to describe the image. And remember, you will have only one attempt and no second chances. So try to describe the image clearly and confidently. Now let's see what are the skills are going to be assessed in this task. This task basically evaluates your oral fluency, pronunciation, and content. So, when we're talking about oral fluency, it is basically about how smooth and natural your speech sounds, right? And pronunciation, so clear articulation and correct stress patterns are required. And coming back to the content, you need to cover the key points with sufficient details. So, what you should focus on here's the game plan. Try to identify the key elements, whether the given image is a chart or a graph, table or map, or if it's a process or an image, because each requires a slightly different approach, right? Then structure your response. Use clear structure. Always start with an introduction and then add supporting details as main details. And then finally, you can end with a conclusion. Okay. And try to manage your time. Managing time is very important, right? Don't rush. Aim for a steady pace with clear pauses between your points and connecting words. So try to use phrases like in contrast, similarly, or to summarize because these connecting words help you sound more organized and fluent. Then finally, stay calm. If you forget something, it's okay. You can just, move on. Don't freeze or don't restart again. Now let's break down the different image types you are going to encounter in the describe image task. Okay. The first one, what you could encounter or possibility is bar graphs or line charts. So when we are talking about bar graphs or line charts, this mainly focus on trends, high and low, and also comparisons. So you can start by stating what the graph represents, and you can highlight the highest, lowest, if there is any significant changes based on the bar graphs or the line charts. And you can use words like increased steadily, fluctuated, or peaked. So please take a note of it. When it comes to pie charts, you have to focus on percentages or proportions, which is the largest segment and the smallest segment that you need to focus on. Always begin with what the pie chart represents and mention the largest, smallest, and other notable portions. And remember here, when you're explaining the pie chart image, you can use words like accounts for, represents, or dominates. Okay? And the next one is maps. When we are talking about maps, it always emphasizes landmarks or directions or what are the changes over time. So first you have to start with mentioning the map's purpose and then you can describe the key locations and their positions. And also you can use words like located in the north, situated beside or to the west. You can use the location places, use the positional words more when you're talking about map image. And then comes process or diagrams. So here in process or diagram, like here you need to explain the sequences and steps clearly. It could be a flow chart or it could be like any process, like a water cycle kind of thing. I'm just giving you an example. So you first need to explain the sequences or steps in a clear way. Start with what the diagram represents. Then you can describe the steps using words like sequential words like first, next, finally, okay? And then photos or illustrations. So here The concept is basically about describing the settings, people, and their actions. So, introduce the image, theme, or setting. Describe key details using words like appears to be, and you can use words like engaged in, surrounded by. Okay, you can use nice vocabularies when it is coming to describing the settings, people, or actions, right? So, try to incorporate good vocabularies. Now, let's see an example here. You can pause the video, observe the picture, and try to analyze what the pie chart is about and how you need to prepare for your speaking. Okay. When you're done, you can just move on to the next slide. So this pie chart basically illustrates the distribution of food categories in a balanced diet, right? If you see, it is divided into five key segments. So each representing a different food group here with corresponding percentages. So when we are looking for the main details, as I told you, first is what is the purpose, what does it represent, then comes the main details, right? So fruits and vegetables, 24 percentage. This is the largest portion, right? Indicating the importance of consuming a variety of fruits and vegetables for vitamins, minerals, and fibers. Next comes foods high in fat or sugar, 22%. So this category is slightly smaller but still significant because it highlights the presence of less healthy food in typical diets, so which should be consumed in moderation. Next, milk and dairy products, 21 percentage. So dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt contribute calcium and protein, and they are essential nutrients, right? Then comes bread, rice, potatoes, pastas, and other starchy food. That comes 19 percentage. These carbohydrate rich foods provide energy and should form a good portion of daily intake. Correct. Then here it is about the meat products like meat, fish, eggs, and other non-dairy protein sources. So this represents basically protein. Although the smallest segment, these foods are crucial for building muscles and supporting body functions. So these are our main points where we have incorporated the supporting details, right? And finally, coming back to the conclusion, you can say, like, overall, the chart emphasizes the importance of balancing nutrient rich food like fruits, vegetables, and proteins with controlled portions of fats and sugars in order to maintain a healthy diet, right? So here you have to start with an overview, mention what the pie chart represents, and then focus on the key details, which is the largest, which is the smallest, or equal segments. And you can use comparative language like the largest portion, a smaller portion, or accounts for this percentage. If you are using this comparative language, it will help you to describe the data effectively and emphasizes significance. So mention the health impact or purpose behind each category to enhance content depth. So when you're done this, you can move on to the next slide. So there we will find the entire response. Okay, this is how your response should be. This pie chart illustrates the distribution of food categories in a balanced diet. The largest portion is fruit and vegetables, accounting for 24%, highlighting their essential role in providing vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Following that, foods high in fat or sugar make up 22%, showing the need for moderation in this category. And then milk and dairy foods contribute 21%, important for calcium and protein. Starchy foods such as bread, rice, and pasta form 19%, serving as a key energy source. Lastly, meat, fish, eggs, and other protein sources makes up 13%, crucial for muscle growth. Overall, the chart emphasizes balancing nutrient rich foods with mindful portions of fats and sugars for a healthy lifestyle. Easy, right? And that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more PTE code tips. See you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye bye.